This is the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show, and tonight we're here at the 7th Annual Johnny Ramone Tribute at the beautiful Hollywood Forever Cemetery with John Cafiero. John, you are the man that makes this happen.
Thank you. It means a lot to me. I consider it an honor to have the opportunity to work with the Ramones and work with Johnny, and I wouldn't give them anything less than my best.
Now, they say 7 is the number of perfection, and I have to say that you should be really proud of yourself tonight, John. The turnout just backstage here, we have had some of the elite rock stars in the world backstage.
Rightfully so. I mean, the Ramones are the elite. You don't get any more pure than the Ramones, and it's good to see that the elite in music really appreciates and respects them and comes out to show that. I think they deserve it.
Currently, what is going on with the Ramones back catalog right now?
There was just a reissue done of the first 4 Ramones albums, the first 4 studio albums on vinyl. And there's some other things that might be happening soon, but I can't really talk about it on camera at this point. But what I can tell you, something that is very close and dear to the Ramones, is that we broke the news here tonight for the first time publicly, and appropriately so for the audience at the 7th Annual Johnny Ramone Tribute, that Johnny Ramone was working on his autobiography up to the time of his death. And I had the honor of editing that autobiography and really paid close attention to detail in keeping everything true to Johnny's words and trying to make sure that every nook and cranny of information that Johnny had relayed and prepared for this book made it in. I spent at least easily a good year and a half of my time going through all of this material and very passionately enjoying it. And all I've got to say is, as a fan, this book is phenomenal. I think that fans are really going to appreciate it and enjoy it. It is Johnny's life story and the story of the Ramones in Johnny's own words, cover to cover. You can hear his voice in your head when you're reading it because it literally is Johnny's words. Up to the point of his death, he was working on this. It was something that was really important to him, and it meant a lot to me that I had the opportunity to be the person to help realize it and make it happen. That's going to be coming out in April from Abrams Image, and it's called Commando, the autobiography of Johnny Ramone. And there's just so much information in there and so much stuff that you would never, ever hear anywhere but Johnny. And Johnny was a very brutally honest guy and tells it like it is, and the book is no exception.
You are behind the release of the new Misfits album, The Devil's Reign.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
The Devil's Reign is the first new Misfits album in nearly a decade. Jerry, and rightfully so, felt that he wanted to wait until the time was right because there's been a lot of lineup changes over the years, and he felt like, I want to really wait before putting a piece of my soul into this to know that I've really got a lineup that's going to be committed and devoted and being around to see the 50th anniversary of the Misfits realized. And Robo recently retired. Robo retired last year. And Chupacabra, Eric Arce, he has been a fixture in the Misfits for about a decade now as a touring member on and off. And when Robo retired, Jerry brought Eric in, and Eric became Chupacabra, and he's now carrying the torch. So Jerry, Dez, and Eric together, they're a really solid lineup. They collaborated on this record, and the record is now done. It comes out this Tuesday, so by the time you see this interview, the record will be out in stores. Misfits, The Devil's Reign, 16 tracks from the Misfits, an incredible package that I hope fiends enjoy. There's a lot in there. There's a 2-sided poster with glow-in-the-dark inks. There's some phenomenal cover artwork done by Arthur Sudam from Marvel Zombies, which I had the privilege of working with and art directing. Jerry has said he feels it's the best Misfits cover, if not the best album cover in the history of album covers. So I take that as a huge compliment for Arthur and the work that I managed to do with him. And I hope fiends dig it, but I think it's a great package.
And what is going on with your supergroup, Osaka Pop Star?
Well, Osaka Pop Star, we have a new single that'll be coming out in April of 2012. It's a team up between JuiceheaD and Osaka Pop Star, where we worked together and did a cover of Waiting Room, the Fugazi classic, and I hope people dig that. That'll probably be out for like Record Store Day in April of 2012. And to be honest with you, as much as I love Osaka Pop Star, with the magnitude of other work that's been on my plate, and in particular Johnny's book, developing up a line for Dee Dee Ramone, the general day-to-day ongoings of the Ramones, the Misfits, our label Misfits Records, I just haven't had a chance to get back into the studio with Osaka yet, but some of the people here tonight, and I know I've told you this before, we always talk about it every year. Joe Escalante is definitely going to be down. I'll drop that news. Joe Escalante is definitely going to be in the fold for some Osaka stuff. Stan Lee from the Dickies, he'll definitely be in the fold for some Osaka stuff. And of course, some of the old friends will join us again. I mean, even Jerry, we ran the Osaka Pop Star Wicked World video in 3D here today, and it was a real surreal experience, Jerry and I watching it together in 3D for the first time, this new transfer. And Jerry even turned to me and said, you know, we really should do some more of this next year, even if it's just for a little bit. And I was like, of course, absolutely. So look for some new Osaka Pop Star stuff coming next year, but already in the can is the Waiting Room single from JuiceheaD and Osaka Pop Star.
Blaring Out with Eric Blair Show with John Cafiero, signing off.
The Blaring Out Show.